Boom, bam, bam. Late adopter. Okay, guys, I need 5 minutes to wake up. Yeah, just a second. So Bitcoins looks nice. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening, Bitcoin, altcoins and everything else, yada yada yada. Bitcoin's doing nice, no pullbacks, straight to the moon. How's everybody in the chat doing? I hope you're sleeping well. But by now, it should be clear to everybody that, I'm not very disciplined person, I'm neither, morning person, neither A human or B human or whatever it's called, A or B, person. I wake when I feel kind of like it, if kids, need to go somewhere, then I wake up. If they don't, then I sleep in. I don't know. So my schedule is a little bit, totally messed up every single time. I can fix my schedule, for a week, 2, maybe even a month time, but then it goes back, to whatever. So there is that. How's everybody in the chat doing, guys? How's everybody in the chat doing? Mladen is in the chat. Morning legend. What's up, man? Rose Boot, thanks. Morning to you too. 225 SUD. Good evening, my friend. Always wait for your awesome show. I don't know how awesome it's gonna be today, but it's gonna be something. I'm gonna tell you something interesting about how you can actually measure the bullishness and bearishness. That's what I'm gonna do today. Bjornar, morning. How you doing, man? Nice to see Norwegians in the chat. By the way, guys, does anybody know who was the Norwegian on the BitBoy show yesterday or day before or whenever that was? Somebody posted and said that I was supposed to be some kind of Norwegian on the show, on BitBoy show. Let's check that out, actually. Who was the... I was actually quite interested who the Norwegian guy was. BitBoy. Who was the Norwegian guy? So there was a show, exclusive proof of stake, Norwegian digital future. This guy. Let's see up here. Who is the Norwegian guy? Contrarian dude, 16-bit per crypto show. I don't know. Norwegian ETH. Who is the Norwegian guy? Forest. I don't know, there are a lot of people here. Who is the Norwegian guy? I don't know. I don't know who the Norwegian guy is. Maybe Forest doesn't look Norwegian. DZ 16-bit. I don't know. If somebody know who the Norwegian guy is, I would appreciate, a shout out. Vinet 23 to 15. How you doing, man? First hit the like button wins. 35k. Milan still thinks we're gonna 35k. We could probably do that right now. We just got the first rejection from 0.6 18 fib from swing high 25.2 to swing low 18.50. Somebody said yesterday they think that on some other Discord channels or some other forums or Telegram channels or some other groups, people are looking at 22.5 and rejection. Well, we hit 22.5, we even hit 22.6 and got rejected. So, but we'll see if we can actually get above this, level up here. Good morning, TLI. Good morning, Garrett. How you doing, man? Ben Cowen is my dad. Ben Cowen is everybody's dad. We're going to 23.2 and then look out down below. Maybe. Badge Guitar, good morning. How you doing, man? No excuse, dance, monkey dance. I believe on Garrett Solway, the Lord our Savior. What did Garrett Solway says? He's still on the 12k bandwagon. Hello Nami, how you doing, man? Martin, Transylvania here. Transylvania. Tired Likes, dobro jutro. Sale, Foto, pozdrav. So how you guys doing? This looks actually still bullish, guys. Nothing has changed. Still bullish. Yesterday I drew this, head and shoulders pattern up here. I don't know how good the head and shoulders pattern was, but it's okay. You can see up here, it goes up, it tries to do a move. Let's see this on a small time frame because you know it's easier. It tries to move, it tries to do a second move, it tries to do a third move up here, you know, so 3 tries to get above, you know, certain levels up here, a slow move. This is, I would say this is classical, you know, head and shoulders pattern up here, although it's not very pointy, like people would like to, it's, you know, very, curvy. Now also the curvy moves, as Madam would say, they are very bearish moves, and you can see here the line that I drew on the downside, we actually broke that towards the downside, but the target on this was actually back to the, you know, trend line on the bottom side down here, and we didn't hit that. We broke on the downside. Right now we are, you know, going down here. Now we still need to break downside here and go all the way down there, but you know, it's still not happening. It's still just, you know, hugging this, we can extend the line a little bit up here. We're still just, you know, hugging the line below up here, and which is actually quite good. So technically, there is no problems in the paradise just yet. This is still an uptrend. This is still bullish. This is still going towards upside. We still haven't broken on the downside down here, you know, so that's all good and dandy. DXY is actually, you know, pulling back to the levels that we are expecting it to pull back down to. There are 2 lines down here. It still haven't broken the levels on downside, so you know, but you know, it's still on the move towards the downside. But this inverse head and shoulders pattern up here, you know, it's didn't play out exactly as I actually expected, and that shows it didn't a bullishness in the chart. So let me explain to you something. And I think this comes from experience. I don't know if it's experience or just, you know, but you know, experience can teach you to actually notice these kind of things. When stuff is bullish or bearish, let's say when stuff is bearish, you will see, you know, you will see price break above resistances, very important resistances towards upside, on the moves towards upside, but it won't be pumping, right? So price will be going down, some kind of falling wedge. To break out, you will expect a big pump, but it just won't be pumping that much, right? You know, price will be going above certain horizontal levels. You would be expecting, you know, pumps, but pumps just never come. Like, they just go a little bit up, they try to go up and then pull back down again, right? So when there's a lot of bearishness, the price does not pump that much by breaking certain levels. And the same thing goes when you are very, very bullish. When you're very, very bullish, breaking the support levels does not drop the price down. You will see price drop down, but it's not that much. Like over here in this head and shoulders pattern, the price did drop down, but it did not drop down all the way down where I actually thought it would drop down. It just dropped down a little bit and then went back up again, right? So when you see these moves of, you know, bearish moves towards downside, but they are not that bearish, that shows actually strength in the price. The same thing happened up here. If you remember, we said that this is actually quite bullish over here. There was a support line up here, there was a resistance line. We went up, we went down, but we did not break on the downside. This actually wasn't actually the same kind of thing, but we held the support up here, we went towards the upside, right? This move up here, everybody is expecting a move towards downside, which just never comes, right? So there is all of these bearish, you know, patterns like this. This channel towards downside should be breaking towards downside, but it's not breaking towards downside, right? It's not breaking towards downside. So these small moves that are supposed to, you know, push us down, the, you know, bearish patterns that are supposed to break down, you know, support being broken that are supposed to push us down, they just never do that, and that shows actually bullishness in the chart, right? The same thing goes when you are in a downtrend. When you are in a downtrend, you will be breaking a resistance towards upside, but you will just never pump. And that's very characteristic of any kind of bear market. There is so much hope. Oh, it's a falling wedge. Oh, it's a bullish triangle. Oh, it's a bull flag. And you break that towards upside, but you know, nothing happens. You go up to, you know, next resistance, you know, instantly, you know, get rejected and right back down again, right? So that's how, sorry about that. That's how you can actually feel, you know, feel the gut feeling, the bullishness and the bearishness in the chart. So to me, this actually looks very, very bullish. To me, this looks actually very bullish, and we are still, you know, in an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend up here. Let me draw some nice lines up here. You can see here we are still above this line up here. over here we broke that, you know, touch that even down here. Right now going back up here, maybe there is even some kind of, you know, triangle being formed up here at the top, which is very nice, or you know, consolidating up here above the resistance. Maybe it's going to continue towards the upside up here, we're going to see that, but it's just not dropping down. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just not dropping down. Doesn't matter how you draw this, it's just not dropping down. It is very bullish, and it just wants to continue to going towards the upside. Now let's look a little bit at the bigger time frames up here. What you're gonna see here on the daily time frame, that we are breaking the resistance towards upside. Even though we are supposed to, you know, pull back down here, there were no pullbacks, guys. There were no pullbacks back to the moving averages. You know, oftentimes when you have a big move up here against the resistance, you often have some kind of consolidation period up here, pull back slowly, then maybe a break. And there is no pullbacks, guys, no pullbacks. We just broke the 50 and the 100 moving average like there was, you know, no tomorrow, no problem up here. Pull back a little bit down there. It still looks very bullish. So the daily time frame right now, we are breaking the resistance towards upside slowly but surely. Up here as well, right now hitting that previous resistance up here at 22.5, give or take. Everything looks nice. 2-day chart as well. It still have 16 hours to close, but you know, last time we got above the 20 moving average. Right now we are getting above the 50. We're still hitting this resistance up here, but you know, eventually I might even break that. And you would say that, you know, any kind of you know, trend up here, you know, this needs to pull back, but there are no pullbacks, guys. There are no pullbacks. So this to me looks very bullish, and I am definitely more bullish than bearish right now. There are definitely some, you know, problems in the paradise up here, like RSI divergence up here that's being created right now. You can see the price is way down, and RSI is way up. So this needs to pump a lot towards the upside to actually, you know, to actually stop the divergence from happening. So what can we expect from this weekly close up here? There are still 5 days left, but you know, I think there is still a lot of move left towards the upside up here, maybe even towards the you know, this 20 moving average on the daily time frame. Then maybe some kind of pullback down here, because there will be huge divergence up here. Then after the pullback, then we go up towards the upside. I still don't think we're gonna go below 19.8 like we said before, but there will definitely be another pullback towards downside eventually, right? I'm a little bit unsure whether this is gonna go straight to, you know, 30k or 35k like Milan says, something like that, because the divergence is pretty huge up here, and we need to pump all the way above you know, 24.3 for this divergence to be right now changed. And it's a little bit, I won't say it's a little bit hard. I mean, this can definitely be done. It's only like 11% move towards upside. I mean, we did these kind of moves before, like this is 10% move up here, you know, so doing the 10% move towards upside should be doable. But it's a little bit big divergence right now to for me to think that this is just gonna break. If we had been already up here right now, something like up here, and there was a slight divergence up here on the chart, I would say there is, you know, no doubt in my mind that this can, you know, the probability to break this towards upside is pretty huge. But right now it looks like it's having some kind of problem, you know, going up. It goes up more than it goes down. It doesn't have a, you know, it doesn't fall down that much. So it's still very much bullish, but eventually it will hit some major, you know, resistance level up here, maybe 200 moving average, 20 moving average, maybe get rejected up here, a small pullback towards downside down here. Everybody is gonna be again, oh, 10k is back on the menu, boys. 10k is back on the menu. Get your, you know, forks and cutlery out on the table. You know, 10k is back on the menu. You know, Garrett Soloway is gonna be right. This guy's gonna be right. We're going down to 10k. You know, World War 3 is coming. Everything is, you know, bad. Stuff is bad. This is bad. That's bad. You know, so people are again gonna scream about the move towards downside, and this is actually quite normal move towards downside. So I'm actually expecting the move towards downside eventually. I don't expect this, you know, to go towards upside. Can it go towards upside? Definitely can, but you know, it needs just to explode towards upside. So most likely scenario, the way I see it, is a little bit more towards upside, then a move towards downside down here, and then exploding towards upside. Now that said, let's assume it goes a little bit more up here. That I don't know how high this can actually go. There will be a trend line, something like up here. There is a trend line down here, something like this up here. It might be creating a bearish pennant up here at the bottom, and only during this bearish pennant, because you can see here big move towards downside, consolidation pattern up here. If that happens, a pennant, And if this pattern happens, then the target up here, towards downside, it's 12k. So Garrett Soloway might eventually be right. It's a long way to go to get to those kind of levels and those kind of predictions and stuff like that. But the triangle on the bottom of the big impulsive move is often can be bearish. But when you hit the triangle on some kind of bottom, it can actually break towards the upside. So we're gonna see that. We're not gonna call it just yet, but just word of advice, it can be creating some kind of a triangle up here. Let me see a little bit on the small time frames. What would we say up here? Because this is like up here, it might be some kind of a, but this is, maybe we can already predict where we're gonna hit the target up here, maybe at 24.3. Maybe we're gonna go all the way up there. Maybe it's gonna be one of the other lines, something like this, give or take. It's gonna be something like this. Maybe it's gonna be around 23 or something like that, give or take. Oftentimes it is kind of levels. Is there a way to pull this down? Maybe something like this. 1, 2, 3 times. Maybe he's gonna hit just 22.5 and just get rejected by that right now. Who knows, who knows. But I'm definitely expecting a pullback eventually, but not right now. But for today, I think it does look still bullish over here. And the thing that's gonna make it a little bit more bearish than bullish, you can see this line up here. Let me just clean up all the lines so you can see this better. The way I see it, of course. We broke on the downside down here. Right now we are but we did not drop down big time. We just dropped down a little bit over here. Right now we got some kind of other expanding wedge up here. So if we start falling down below the expanding wedge up here, we might go down to the previous support line that was all the way down at the bottom down here somewhere, right? But it's only after we actually fall below this line down here that we might have a bigger correction towards downside. Now the question is whether correction coming in right now would be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it will be a good thing right now, because if you look on the weekly time frame, let's go to the weekly time frame right now, and let's pop some moving averages up here. It's already, the variance is already pretty huge, and just getting rejected over here right now and pulling back a little bit on the downside down again would give us enough momentum to break later up here, and there will be no divergence on the second move towards the upside. So if we right now pull back and then go towards the upside up here, this might be creating some kind of a channel towards the upside, something like that later on maybe. I don't know, too long, too many assumptions often are wrong once they go ahead in time. But it looks okay. It's not the best kind of look, but it looks okay. We're gonna see right now in 20 minutes if it can actually hold above the moving averages over here. 4-hourly time frame is still above 10 moving averages, still climbing towards the upside. Maybe there is some kind of expanding channel up here or something like that over here. Yeah, expanding channel up here, maybe being created up here. So it still needs to break, for any kind of pullback to happen, it still needs to break this support line on the downside, right? Still needs to break the support line on the downside, but we are not quite there yet. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for today. Did not watch the charts that much today. By the way, we can show you some other charts. Yesterday I was looking at Ethereum down here. It was dumping big time to yesterday towards downside down here, and I was actually breaking my falling wedge, and I was like, oh man, that guy that posted that chart in the Telegram might have been right, because he said that CME futures are gonna list Ethereum for trading, future trading, and the last time that happened on Bitcoin, what happened? It just went down. So I was like, oh man, if this starts falling down, maybe they are definitely shorting Ethereum. But it just bounced back, but bounced back to the resistance up here. It's still in the falling wedge, so falling wedge on Ethereum does look bullish. And we did bounce down here. So I do expect right now, oftentimes these falling wedges pull back a little bit up here last time without actually hitting the bottom, does something like this and then break towards the upside. So if this breaks towards the upside, it might just start hitting these resistance lines up here. If it starts breaking that towards the upside, it's gonna be looking good. So Ethereum looks okay. DXY is still on the way towards downside, but hasn't broken any kind of important support line. The S&P 500 is still on the move towards the upside, pumping like crazy above the resistance up here. The target is around 4.2 or something like that. So stock market is going towards upside. Yeah, Mladen actually showed me a chart of silver yesterday, which is actually pumping. Or it was pumping yesterday. Where is silver up here? It was pumping 6% up here. There was huge divergence on the chart on the weekly time frame up here. The question is whether this is actually broken or not. It's still not broken. The silver is still in a downtrend, but it can definitely right now start breaking this towards upside over here. The same thing goes for gold. It doesn't have any divergence, but it has this double bottom just like Bitcoin has. It's so the question is whether this is just gonna create this double bottom down here and break the resistance, because if it goes up here, there's a resistance line up here at the top, right? So this might have been some kind of a retest over here right now, coming back to the line, testing the support. So if you bounce up here and if we can actually manage to get above up here, the gold is gonna be looking super nice. But I was actually predicting on this gold move actually up here, I was actually predicting all the way 14 to 15, and I think that's still in play, because gold has the same kind of pattern that Bitcoin has, the extend, smack, hug, dump pattern. Extend, smack, hug, extend, smack, hug, then this fake out towards the upside and dump pattern. So this broke the trend up here, retest up there, then go down and all the way down to 14.5. This is still in play, and the double bottom is still not confirmed here on the charts. So the question is, if gold goes down, will Bitcoin go down as well? Silver, although it had a nice pump yesterday, you can see up here, yesterday it had something like 5% pump towards the upside. It's still above a certain it's still not above certain resistance level that needs to be above. There is also a thing, guys, and I said before, when stuff pumps 10%, it's really different, pumping 10%. So you got some kind of chart up here, right? Goes something like this and then pumps 10% over here, right? And it breaks all kinds of levels and it's super bullish and super nice, right? So this 10% up here is very nice. And then you got a other kind of chart that goes something like this and then pumps 10% and it just doesn't break anything, and it just, major levels are not broken, even though 10% is a pump, very nice pump, it didn't break, so, maybe even the trend is still intact, so 10% pump doesn't mean you're neither bullish nor bearish. It means you gotta look at whether that 10% breaks certain stuff. Did we break the resistance line? Did we break the pattern? Did we do this? Did we do that? Right? 10% in itself is not enough to say that we are bullish or bearish. Just like over here, 5% move towards the upside. It is nice above the moving averages, but the trend is still intact. This is still a downtrend. Nothing is being broken technically. It does increases the bullishness because it's getting above certain moving averages up here very nicely right now, consolidating up here. But breaking trends is a lot more important than just breaking moving averages, and this didn't break the trends yet. Oil right now in the falling wedge. I really wonder whether oil is gonna explode towards the upside or not over here, or whether it's gonna get rejected and go down. So we need to see that. You can see here a fake out tried to go up here already, so it just might continue going up. I'm a little bit unsure whether oil is good or bad for Bitcoin. So you can analyze that. I'll analyze the chart. You analyze whether it's good or bad for Bitcoin that oil goes up. But there is that. Slow and bearish divergence now. Above 50-day is nice for Bitcoin though. Just take 60 profits on sold through long trade. Nice man. Open your mouth. Okay, Gort and Rothstein, you guys need to chill down. Seriously, not a joke, man. Chill down. It's not, it was fun in the start, but right now you just spamming the chat. Whenever you feel down about crypto, just man, I cannot even read anything without you guys, talking. I think many of us felt the same without knowing why. If that video can help anybody, man, you can share it with the world. Thanks. And you can call me crazy. You are crazy, not me, and I'm not gonna share the video. I think it's too crazy video. 10K was never off the menu. It just moved to a special board. %80 of my trades come from trading bots. Takes the emotion away. Now, Bob Sheep, how are your profits? I don't care if you're, it's 80 or 100% of your trades. How are your profits on the bot? you know. And don't say you know your bot is winning like 90% of the time. Okay, guys, that's that. I'm looking at the expanding wedge up here. I'm looking at the most important line down here is a, you know, support line down here. Whether we break that towards downside or not. If you don't break that towards downside, all is good and dandy. We are still, you know, in some kind of option. The first failure will be below the lines up here somewhere. Where's the lines? So the first failure will be when we start breaking this support level up here. The second failure down here. Then we are looking for the support, and then, you know, the moon. So that is that. Okay, guys, have a nice day. When you trading live again? I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a trade right now going on Ethereum Classic. I FOMO'd, you know, yesterday I was super, what are you gonna say? I was super euphoric. I should never trade when I'm euphoric, guys. When you see me that I'm euphoric, you're gonna tell me, Sasha, hey, chill the F down, you know, go away from the computer, go do something else, you know. Because I get super euphoric. I feel that, you know, everything is gonna go you know, away from me and stuff like that, right? So of course I FOMO'd here at the top, I don't know, at 40k, at $40 or something like that on Ethereum Classic. Now the big problem up here is not that I actually FOMO'd in. The big problem is that I knew that, you know, the targets should be these moving averages down here. That's when the long should be set down here. So I knew whether, I did the research, you know, I knew that, you know, down here was actually the best time to buy, and there was some kind of channel down here, right, on the moving averages, right? But, you know, when price started, you know, pump up here, right, I was like, oh man, it's breaking everything to upside. FOMO. And of course, what did I do? I FOMO'd in very nicely. I FOMO'd in actually quite high. Up here, I FOMO'd in very high up here, right up there. You see this, you know, top up here? That's where I FOMO'd in. I FOMO'd in like a crazy guy, like a total noob, right? Now, this trade is all or nothing trade. My liquidation point is all the way down here at, you know, 36.9 or something like that. We are creating a nice bottom down here. We are hitting the levels that I thought, you know, would be nice buys for a long up here. Unfortunately, I bought up here, not down here, you know, so, you know, the hopium is telling me that this is gonna go up. But we are not quite yet there, and we are still, you know, failing to get back above these moving averages up here. So this looks like it's gonna do something like this and then drop down, hit this over here, and then, you know, get me out of the trade, and then, you know, move towards the upside. So there is that. But I'm letting the this Ethereum Classic trade go to liquidation or moon. So it's either one or two. There is no stop losses on this trade. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go do something else. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed this. It was quite crappy Bitcoin daily, but, you know, sometimes, you know, life is like that. You can't get everything, right? Okay, guys. No Doge Daddy today. Join KuCoin. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, I forgot. Guys, CPI data today, maybe we're gonna dump on that. You know, I don't know how that's gonna affect us.